As cash, capital and assets flow across international borders, so do disputes, and those disputes link the courtrooms of London, Hong Kong, the BVI and the Cayman Islands, from onshore to offshore and back again. I'm Tim Wright, a partner based in our London office advising on BVI litigation and insolvency matters.
And I'm Vekaria, partner based in our Hong Kong office advising on BVI, Cayman and Bermuda litigation and insolvency matters. Between us, Tim and I see a wide range of international disputes. There are undoubtedly a few key trends which shape the global litigation market, and Tim and I will look to discuss some of those today.
Yeah, that's right, Dan. From London to Hong Kong, economic pressures and evolving risk appetites shape how businesses and high net worth individuals choose to enforce their legal rights. So let's start with Hong Kong. What's happening in the market there?
Thanks, Tim. Well, the last few years in Asia, and especially in Hong Kong, were slower than usual. Business slowed down. That had a knock-on effect on the legal market as well. However, 2025 has really seen things turn around. We've seen 69 IPOs in Hong Kong since September. That's raised over $20 billion. There are about 300 more IPOs in the pipeline. All very positive news. It's had a good impact on the Hong Kong legal market, and we're looking to see that continue into 2026. And how about you? How's the market in London?
Well, when I moved back to London from the BVI in July 2024, London felt quiet to me. The disputes market felt quiet and the city wasn't quite itself. That's reflected in a fall in new claims in the London Commercial Court compared to previous years. And I think this is all due to the global economic uncertainty and slower growth in London, cost pressures and business stress. And generally the UK economy has just been slow and sluggish. And as a result, companies and individuals have just been more risk adverse and unwilling to spend cash on their disputes. And we feel the knock-on effect of this in our offshore jurisdictions. So less injunctions in the BVI in support of English proceedings and less asset tracing exercises, for instance. But things are picking up, I think. There's more of a buzz in the city around us, although some of the economic indicators, such as the level of IPOs, are still very low and poor compared to Hong Kong. And of course, when the markets are quiet and the economy is quiet, disputes don't just go away, they just get dealt with in different ways, more mediation, ADR, settlement, and I also think arbitration in private rather than court battles.
And so how do you think all this is going to affect your practice in the next year or so?
Well, I'm certainly seeing an increase in enforcement of arbitral awards offshore, so I think the arbitrators have been quite busy in the last couple of years, and I think generally patience is running out. Businesses are becoming less risk adverse, more likely to litigate. Banks seem more interested in enforcing their security over properties and shares and appointing receivers. And there seems to be a general uptick in pure insolvency work, so perhaps there'll be more applications to appoint liquidators. And of course, we're inevitably seeing more disputes in the digital asset world as crypto digital assets become more blue chip and regulated and accepted. We're seeing more blue chip disputes rather than, frankly, the more shady side of crypto, the fraud claims that dominated the offshore courts in the early days. Are you seeing similar trends in your offshore practice, Dan?
We very much are, Tim. And so in Asia, clients are now more willing to pursue enforcement action. They're looking to enforce arbitral awards, for example, which are handed down in Hong Kong, Singapore and the PRC. Also looking to appoint receivers so that they can protect their assets, shares and properties, very similar to London. As clients become more sophisticated, we're also seeing them explore restructuring options. That looks to preserve value in the assets over the mid to long term when they might have a recovery as opposed to a short term. So all very positive, and I think we're looking to see that continue into 2026.
Well, that's all very encouraging, and it's always a pleasure to speak to you, Dan. We've worked together on many fun, exciting offshore cases in the past, and long may that continue. And if anybody would like to speak to us or a member of our team about the trends we've discussed in this video, then please don't hesitate to get in touch for a chat.